people
last
want.
time.
Yeah,
Oh,
let's do it.
do you
Yeah.
want to do a clap just for fun
Yeah,
and then start recording?
and then explain to the people watching why.
All right, so that we can, since this
Okay.
was really annoying to edit the video later on the last
Yeah.
stream.
Okay.
So
Okay,
the
so
one
so
that
should
you
I hit record and then clap or clap and then hit record?
Record and then
no, we're recording now.
we're
Oh, we're
all
already
recording.
You're
recording.
recording
Okay, I'm
the clap.
recording.
Yeah,
Yeah, it
Yeah.
should be 1, 2, and clap on 3, right?
yeah.
Well, realistically, what we need is Kyle to clap because he's recording.
Okay.
Yeah, like
Will
if
be the
I'll
one that
just do it
matches
and we'll just sync it up
the
to me.
video.
So
All right.
Yeah,
there you go.
exactly.
There's a clap. Cool.
Yeah.
Okay.
So hopefully,
So we aren't needed. All right. All right.
Okay.
all right.
What's up, guys?
Hello.
Woo.
So hopefully this is working.
Um,
If we can get
Yo.
people on Twitch and/or YouTube to confirm that, that'd be lovely.
Yeah, I see somebody in the chat. Someone said hi, Bill.
Bill is the best.
Hi,
the best.
whoever you are.
And
Where
gave
can I see the chat? Can
and
I?
give you a robot emoji.
On the
So
if you
you
just
got
open
a
the
robot.
Twitch stream, you could just see it on there.
I can send you a link to the
Yeah.
Twitch. There you
No,
go.
I don't.
Now you
I don't
click
think my
that.
system will be reliable.
Okay. Yeah.
Well,
And
thank
then
you. I
don't
see you
move.
here.
Don't move because streaming is hard and everything will break.
It'll
Without
be
any.
fine. Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Our fourth quarantine cast and our third attempt streaming. So welcome to Powerful, a power metal broadcast. Hey. This is Stella. I'm here in my empty room, not sitting on the floor, and I'm our usual hosts Kyle and Fernando, and
Hello.
I'm here with special guest Bill Hudson.
What's
Hi, Bill.
up? Hello.
How's it going?
Good. I am. Well, I mean, my life hasn't changed all that much. You know, it's what I do all the time. I sit at home, I play guitar, and I record music. It's just I have a bunch of canceled shows.
Oh no.
That's-
Yeah, and what? So you're in Florida right now, right?
I am, yeah. Orlando.
What's the situation like over there, like day to day?
Well, I mean, I've seen crazy shit at the store, like people getting mad at each other, but you motherfuckers out in the street, you know, like just hanging out and crowds of people. So it's confusing. The governor took a minute to actually issue a stay-at-home order. Although my county had one for longer, but I don't know, man. I'm just staying at home. I leave as little as I can. The other day I went to Walmart. It was okay,
Yeah.
but I don't know. I think the world is ending. This is it.
I feel like Florida
feels like
always has a
it.
reputation for being like a wild place. So now that it's the end of the world,
good
you double
reason.
down on that.
Yeah, exactly. But I mean, where I live is kind of tourist. It's a little different. But I don't know. I just seen this person yell at a guy at, I think it was Publix. And I couldn't believe it. The guy's like, "Is there more meat back there?" Like it was the guy working at the store's fault. You know, like, dude, you're a retard. What are you doing, man? Like, why are you talking to people like that? But I read some. I don't know. I'm just home. So
Yeah, man. Be nice to your grocery store clerks, people. They give you
Yeah.
food.
they give you food. They're unprotected. They're dealing with your bullshit like probably
Yeah.
50 times a day. That's just what I saw. You know.
Right?
I mean, it's. Well, Sabrina from Seven Kingdoms was posting about it. She works at Publix. She was talking about that. People being rude. Just stay the fuck at home and don't be rude when you go to the store.
Yeah, man. Be kind to each other. It's fucking weird right now.
Yeah, what's happening where you guys? Oh shit, in California, aren't you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm in California. I'm in Southern California. Our city of San Diego just said any customer facing essential workers have to wear a mask now. Stay-at-home order, just like you guys. But supposedly there's still a lot of people like driving national parks and like hanging out. I haven't really been outside past the grocery store in like 3 weeks. So I don't know. I don't want to be all up in the vid.
Yeah, my only human
Yeah.
interactions the past like 3 weeks have been like delivery drivers or grocery store clerks, and that's it.
Yeah, and like even after we go grocery, like we change all our clothes and we like wash our hands and spray down all the packinging with the
We've been
like
doing that too, me and my
yeah.
wife.
Yeah. It's like this is not something that I don't know. I think this is our first pandemics, unless any listeners here are over 100 years old. Maybe that'll be pretty badass.
Yeah.
Shout outs to you. So yeah, time. Don't want to get sick. Don't want to get other people sick. So just trying to do our part.
Yeah. So, Bill, it's been
Right.
just over an exact year since we first had you on the show, and I feel like a lot's happened since then.
Oh
Guys
my
have had first
gosh.
album, first
Yeah.
shows, and
Our
festivals.
first show.
How's that been so far?
Yeah, dude. I mean, it went just as good as I thought it would go, but in some ways it went better.
Awesome.
Like
Nice.
it was one of those situations. Well, because you gotta think about it this way: we live apart. We never get to jam together. We never get to hang out together until we were in Sweden already. Um, we had never been in the same room, but there was like instant chemistry, which is a thing you hear all the time from people. But it was in the sense that like we ran the set the first time, and then at the end of it, I was kind of like the show. The very first
Hell
time that
yeah.
we played together.
Nice.
I'm like, this. I mean, yeah, there were things here and there, but this could have been a show. I'm like, holy shit. Then, one thing a lot of people were questioning us, including our record label at the time, was the fact that we used to use backing tracks.
Mm.
And for that matter, we also refused to play to a click. So, so on our first show, our label rep was there, and he was like, "Well, I think you guys should play to the click." I'm like, "Well, you haven't even heard it yet, I'm like,
Just
you
in
haven't,
case,
you haven't, yeah, exactly. He's like, "Oh, here every band." As but we're having this conversation as I'm watching a band I mentioned, but it's a power metal band that people know. Being on stage, their backing tracks fucked up and they had to show. And,
No.
and, and as I'm having this conversation, so I'm like, that is why we're not gonna do this, because we don't want that to happen to us. You have to be able to play your shit. Of course, a little extreme with the no click thing too, but we have Patrick Johansson on drums. We might as well click.
Human
There you go.
click track.
So I mean, dude, you gotta see because we did 2 shows both for this Time to Rise video, no click, but it's completely editable.
Much.
Like we're
Nice.
but well, anyway, so we're being told that we're supposed to do this, blah blah blah. I'm like, listen to us. This same guy came and gave me a hug after the show. He's like, "You guys
Aw.
don't need any backing tracks. You guys don't need any shit. That was
Nice.
amazing. That was a show." And I'm like, dude, honestly, like you see much at like it just worked. Like the flow was there. Everything I expected from everybody was there. No more and not less. Like I think I dealt with musicians my entire career was people that play too much. Nobody
Yeah.
in the band does that. But they also are capable of playing too much if they choose. And that's hard to find. People who are not, who are not show up. I don't know. Everything just went so smooth. So our first show was in Sweden. It was the one I just told you guys. It was Sabaton Open Air.
Sabaton open air, right? Yeah.
Yeah, and the other thing is, they have different bands every year. Like the year before, they had Narnia. They it's like after the headliner. So we played after the headliner. It's a slot like for only for people that really want to stay there. It's not a good slot. We're not headlining. We're playing after Apocalyptic. So, dude, it was packed. Yes,
Everyone
I
stayed.
couldn't believe it.
Nice.
I'm like, how
Dude,
the
I
fuck do you
think
guys even know?
a
You
lot
know?
of people were curious. They're like, "What the hell is a Northtale?"
It was exactly that. It was exactly that. Everybody knew about us. Everybody knew all the songs. Then we spent. Then we went home. We went home for a little. Well, I went to China. I was working at the time. But the guys went home. We weren't together anymore. And then we met again in Japan 2 weeks later to do our second and third show, which was the Vulcan Fest. Same thing, we booked a rehearsal. We booked like 6 hours. I'm like, it's our only rehearsal, so let's make sure. We were
Yeah.
done in an hour and a half, in 2 hours.
Oh.
I'm like, I
Just
literally
hanging out
don't
for
know
the
what
other
else
5.
to do. I'm like, all right, well, let's do different. Let's do it just bass and drums now. All right, run the set. The two will be an hour. All right, cool.
Do hard
Now
mode.
me and Jimmy to a click. Me and Jimmy to a click. All right. Oh, we did it. Cool. Now everybody together again. Like just trying to burn the time because he was that
Just
good.
crushing the rehearsals.
And yeah. And then Japan was unreal. Still is. It still is. Like to this day, we get fan messages every day. We get man.
Yeah, Japan seems
I'm
to
like,
have really, really taken off with Northtale. Like, you guys filmed the
Yeah.
Everyone's a Star music video there.
Yeah, that was one of the coolest things ever, man. And shout out to Jason McNamara, the director, because the story with that is we hired him to do the live video, the one that we just put
Mhm.
out, and that's it. We just wanted him to film the show, the one show, and and do that live video or whatever. Then he's like, I really like you guys. I think that we can make this music video. I'm like, dude, we don't have to pay for a music video. He's like, well, I mean, all I would need is this much, really. I'm like, really? Why would you do that? Like, does that even pay your cost? He's like, not really, but just I'm like, oh, let's do it. So we decided, like this day, he's like, my only condition is that the video has to be everyone's style.
Oh,
I
I
was
was
wondering
gonna
why that
ask
was
you
picked,
why.
yeah.
Yeah.
And
Why
I was
that
like,
one?
dude, I see where you're coming from. I see what you mean, but because he's like, somebody, he's like, somebody could hear that song and it could end up on the radio. I'm like, dude, that's not gonna happen. Like the radio play that we're gonna get on that is the one that we get in Europe. It works there. It's never gonna be playing on 98 Rock here in America.
Why not?
Forget about that. Regardless, it's like, well, I believe the song. I believe the song. Let's do it. Now, his first fucking idea that he presented the band was Japan, or do you know a lot about Japan?
Fernando's
Yeah,
been
I,
to
I've
Japan.
been there.
Yeah.
Do you know what the Shibuya Crossing is?
Yeah. Yeah, I've been
That's
there.
like
Yeah.
one of the landmarks of Tokyo. Is that one big crossing where 1,000 people cross every
Yeah.
time the
Every
every
day.
time the light
Yeah.
is green. This motherfucker wanted to set up the entire band, drum set, amps, and everything at the Shibuya crossing. One time when it opened, when the light turned green, with the entire band playing in the middle of people going around. That was his
Yeah.
first idea. And I'm like, dude, no. Like, dude, do we have
I,
permits for this? It's like,
I
no.
don't think you can get a permit for that. I remember that this movie,
Yeah.
Lost in Translation, wanted to film a scene there, and it took them like 6 months of pushing to get a permission to film for like 30
Well,
minutes.
have you seen
And
our
that-
video?
Yeah, it's like
The final
wow.
scene is actually there, but without the instrument. you know.
Yeah,
but the thing is, that guy wanted to do that, and they're like, go out there and let's time, this. And as we're standing there, fucking fans are going by us and then stopping. I'm like, oh shit, we have our
What's going
guitars and stuff,
on?
and there's fans going by, like, because it's kind of near the venue. So the day before, the other band was playing, whoever, who the other day of the festival was happening. So all these people are leaving the festival and like going and seeing us on the street, like morons with our instruments. And but I'm like, dude, this is never gonna work. He's like, oh, it's 47 seconds. Oh, long story short, it didn't work. It didn't work. So I'm like, well, we can sing it. So we did it. We actually did it. Like we would wait for the green light, run chorus, run back to the wait,
Right.
be like, all
Yeah,
right,
that
take
was
number two.
funny.
Our tour manager was carrying the lights himself,
Oh
like
wow.
the two big ass lights,
Oh,
because the camera was also supposed to spin around. Like we were supposed to stand on a circle and the camera spinning around, and the director was very adamant that he wanted one shot, no edits. I'm like,
Yeah.
God damn, dude, that's never gonna.
It's a very
But,
bold director.
dude, he's
yeah.
doing this, and our tour manager is like big guy running up behind him,
This
like with
huge
the
light.
lights
Oh.
around. After like 7 takes, it's like, dude, my lungs hurt. Like it's not my body. It's inside. It's my lungs. I can't even breathe. It was easy, but we did it, and we did it in a day. All that we did it in a day. Then
Wow.
the next day we had to play the show.
Oh no.
You know, yeah. The
Uh,
next day we had to play the show, and it went as smooth, as I thought it would be. Like it was great, man. It was a great start for the band. We things sort of slowed down a little bit after that because we were like going between booking agents, and we made a few bad choices, and we ended up not getting some tours that we were expecting, and then we did get a couple of festivals that now are being rebooked before we were announced.
mm.
So right now, all that's still standing for us is Frog Power. But
Hopefully
but
Frog Power doesn't
Yeah.
get messed
also,
up.
Oh,
oh,
I know. I hope this is like semi-normal in September, but who the fuck knows?
well, here's the thing, man. Personally, as a fan, I don't know if I'm gonna be going to shows. I've been saying that on a
I'm
lot of
not sure
interviews I've been doing.
either. I know. It's
Like,
so weird.
I think that a lot of musicians, and especially guys my age and like older, that are a little resistant to change. A lot of musicians are gonna have to understand that this whole
Yeah.
thing is gonna move on. Like I don't. Okay, if a band right now can draw 100 people right now, that band is dead. Like that band will not draw 100 people in like a year. You
Hmm.
know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
people
Yeah.
will be careful. They're gonna. I don't want to go to a show, but if I'm gonna go to a show, it's gonna be Iron Maiden. It's gonna be Metallica. I'm not gonna go to some small venue, dude. It's gonna be a long, long time before things are normal
Yeah,
again.
there's like a residual fear
And
that's gonna take a while to taper off for these live events.
exactly.
Yeah, and it's not even just fear. It might be
Or
real.
that,
Like
yeah.
in
Oh,
China and South Korea, they thought, oh, we're all clear of the vid. Let's open up. And then what do you know? There's like a couple of residual cases. So I think the normal is going to be like real weird for a while. Like we're just going to have to be
The
careful.
normal is not normal.
And dude, and I applaud. I gotta say, I applaud the U.S. power metal bands for the way they're handling this. I've seen like, was it? I think it was Chad, the guy that he a really funny live stream the other day. Like,
What
Chad
was,
from
what was
you
our
kind of
Helium
buddy
Prime.
Chad up to?
say it again.
Chad from Helium Prime.
Yes, Mary Zimmer
Chad.
Yeah,
sings in
yeah.
that band,
Yeah,
right?
yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
she's one of
Yeah.
my best friends for long. That dude was doing a great live stream, and like you just gotta get used to it. That's the new thing. And in my opinion, I could be just smoking too much shit, but in my opinion, the world is gonna sort of shape itself to this new reality. So like I can foresee people coming up with software specifically for live streaming show, because that's a thing that most musicians are dealing with right now that sucks. I tried to
Yeah,
do a
trying to
Northtale
figure out
playthrough, and it's
how.
horrible. Imagine,
Hmm.
but at one point, people won't go to see shows, but they'll go see a live stream from a whole band together. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
software to live stream a band together, that sounds good. Or I even foresee stuff like when you have your in-ears and you have your iPhone, and you can have your own mix in your in-ears.
Yeah.
I can see
Yeah.
someone like having a software that gives you that ability as you watch a live stream. You know what I mean? Like you're
Yeah.
watching a show and suddenly you're watching Iron Maiden and you only want to hear fucking Adrian Smith and Dave Murray again. So there, there's the the Yannick Gears channel, and you turn that down. I can see stuff like that happening,
Yeah, that'd be
and it would be
interesting.
awesome. Multi-camera. You're watching a show, but you only want to
Yeah.
see the singer.
Just in the angle. Yeah.
Yeah, if you could pick your camera
Exactly.
Goes
angle.
to both
It's not
parts.
even that hard to do. It's not
Yeah, the
even that hard.
multi-camera thing is more possible. I think more
Yeah,
it could be
you
done.
know, I can see like stuff like that, and I think it's awesome. I've been very resistant of the YouTube musicians until I saw a couple of them literally that just blew my mind. I'm like, okay, I can't. Now this is where the talent is.
Hmm.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
we are in their turf now, basically,
Yeah, they're
because
like,
they
we've been
already do
doing
all
this
these
for a
things.
while.
Yeah.
hmm
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Insomnium, I think,
It's
announced a live stream concert for next week since their whole tour got real messed up, and it's got like fan voted set list. So, and I think it's gonna charge like a few bucks for it, but that should be
Yeah,
pretty cool.
I'm gonna buy into that. It's gonna be like in the morning our time because
Yeah,
they're playing in Central European Standard Time. But man, I was like super stoked for that show. I'm
To
happy to
me,
watch
that's
it
the
online.
beginning of it.
right.
That's the beginning of it. And think about it on the band's perspective. They are going for sure, 100%. I have no doubt about this. Reach
Yeah.
a much bigger audience than they would at any of
Oh
their
yeah,
regular
Oh
shows.
yeah.
You
yeah,
know.
for sure.
So I mean,
Because you tap into the global all the people
exactly.
that have heard of you online that can't really go to your show in Germany or wherever,
Yeah, and then
they can
the,
join in.
the same bands that I said a while back. If you're drawing 100 people, you're dead live. But you can probably go and live stream to 600.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And just hit the whole
Yeah,
world.
or
So
many more than that. Like we often forget like all the bands that we think are big now. Like, oh my God, Chad and Mary, they're so famous. But then when you go see the show live, like yeah, it's packed, but that's like a 50 or 100 capacity venue.
And it's like a very dedicated
exactly.
50 or
Well,
I
100
know.
people.
Yeah, and then we chat with them, and they're like awesome. I mean, we had Jason on this stream like last weekend, and
but to
they're
play
doing a
devil's
ton of
advocate,
stuff.
a lot of the European bands get this.
hmm
Not every power metal band is getting 1,500 people, even in Europe.
Right.
Oh, okay.
I bet I can. I don't think that Labyrinth would get 200 people. Today,
That makes me sad, so sad. It like
Yeah.
really, even in Europe, because like in Prague Power, a bunch of us were like, "Oh my God, Labyrinth!"
Yeah, every single fan in the country. Every single fan in the country comes together at Prague Pop.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah,
And
that's true. Y'all fly
that's what
in.
happens. But Steve, because I'm a veteran of that festival, I figured that out already. I'm like,
Yeah,
every time I play, I see the same people. It's the
it's the
same
same
Right.
900
people.
people.
Mm,
Yeah.
So
the same
I mean, Prague
900.
Power really is no measure. It's cool.
It
It is
is.
my favorite festival in the world. I would rather play Prague Power than just about any other festival. But that's not a measure of success, unfortunately. The cool thing though about Prague Power, and I've been saying this for like 15 years, is that whatever Glenn says is cool becomes cool. And
Mm.
he's made some fucking bands that nobody would ever hear about, big or kind. Man, he had Volbeat. He had Volbeat at the festival when nobody knew who they were. They play for 50,000 people now and then. Who else? Sabaton. I'm
Yeah.
friends with the guys now, but I met them at Prague Pop 2009. They were like band number 2 or
Oh,
something.
Yeah, 2009. That's well
Yeah,
before they
that
were
That
was.
is,
popular.
this
Yeah.
is before Sabaton was playing arenas and stuff.
I
Oh,
didn't
this
know
is
they
before
existed.
anyone knew stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hmm.
That same, because I remember like, not that same year, but maybe like 2 years later, I played their festival in Sweden. And the same festival, by the way, but it was with a different band. And Per showed me this picture of them in Poland in a stadium, like this huge stadium. He was like, "Oh, we just did that." I'm like, "How? Like
Yeah.
how
Right.
are you guys this big?" And I was playing their too. I'm like, yeah, I get it here, but there's, and even their festival is maybe 15,000. It's like they were playing a stadium, so I'm like, wow, if this is happening in Poland, you guys eventually are gonna get this big worldwide, and they are. Man, if there is one band that I think that can break through in American play arenas here, it's them.
Yeah, I could see that.
Like, those guys do everything right.
Yeah.
There's no thing that you look at. You can say you don't like the music. A lot of people say that,
Eh.
but whatever. You can say the same about Five Finger Death Punch or Breaking Benjamin or whatever.
Yeah, but like I can understand why they have such a big following and they're like great performers.
They're
And
amazing at
yeah,
everything.
they're gonna draw the crowd.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know their
That's great.
shows
And
here
it's
last tour
opening
sold
up
out.
it's opening up the market for all the rest of them.
That's the thing.
Right?
You have
Before
Totally.
Sabaton,
They have that gateway.
nobody. Yeah, the only time I've seen anything like Sabaton happen in America is Dragon Force. Back in 2006 when the
Dragon
Guitar
Force
Hero.
2000. Yeah, yeah, yeah. But
But Sabaton 100 times bigger, at least in Europe, than Dragon Force ever was.
Yeah, I could see that. Like,
I feel like Dragon Force is big in the US now. They've
Yeah.
like
They're
they had
still
like
the
a
biggest
phase.
power metal band.
Yeah. They're the
But-
most
yeah,
recognizable.
because if you talk to any
Yeah.
normal person and say, "Oh yeah, I'm going to a Dragon Force show," that they might actually recognize that as a power metal band.
Yeah, they might actually know that, oh, it's not like scary.
They would probably think, "Wait, that still exists? Wasn't that a thing on Guitar Hero?" That's probably the
Yeah.
response you'll get.
Guitar Hero Live.
No, in Northdale, anytime I post Northdale music, I get comments from America. Sounds like Dragon Force.
Sounds
Like,
like
it doesn't.
Dragon Force. I was like,
Dra-
y'all
I'm
sound
like,
nothing
no,
like
it
Dragon Force
doesn't.
shaped
It's
the
like
American
40
perspective,
BPM
yeah.
slower.
There's some things in common. You have two guitars.
Guitars and
you have
singer.
guitars, and you have a singer.
He's blonde
Yeah.
and he
And
sings
you have
high.
rock.
Blonde singer.
Yeah, those are things in common.
But yeah, no, a lot of America. That's all they know. One band that a lot of Americans recognize too that I don't understand why, but it happens a lot. Is Sonata Arctica. Like,
Really?
why?
Oh
Why
my God.
Sonata
Okay.
Arctica? It's like, why
Yo.
Sonata Arctica?
It's so weird. Like I saw Sonata Arctica back in 2007 when they opened for Nightwish in San Francisco. I had no idea who they were. And I think I've seen them in the US like at least 5 times. I kind of like stopped going because I don't know. I feel like I've seen them enough. But yeah,
Yeah.
dude, people love Sonata Arctica. I think it's because of the anime music videos.
That could
I
be
think
it.
it's because I really think it's because of anime music videos.
Never doubt the
all
power
right,
of anime.
So let me ask you guys, all of you, a question, because me and my drummer Patrick have been having a conversation about this a lot. Because Sabaton, okay, they're doing what they're doing in the U.S. and it's their focus right now, and they're gonna get huge or whatever. That does not mean that power metal is gonna get big. Now, the U.S. is an untapped market.
Yeah.
And for the first time, dude, and I'm old. For the first time, I'm seeing like U.S. bands pop up. There's even like a certain style to them, like that Helium Prime band or like Heaven's Guardian. Not Heaven's Guardian. Heaven's Guardian is Carlos band. Immortal Guardian. Or
Yeah.
these bands, they even have like their way of doing power metal that's different than the way the Northdale does and the way
Yeah.
Europeans do.
Mhm.
This to me has never happened in history before. Not with quality. Like I had a band called Celador that I thought was gonna do that back in 2006. I thought we were gonna do that, but we sucked and we were terrible and we didn't know what we were doing. So we imploded. But right now it's actually happening. So in your guys' opinion, what do you think has to happen for mall kids, for metalcore kids or whatever to appreciate power without being ironic
Without being
I don't know. Do you
That's
think like
the
the like
thing.
edginess of metalcore doesn't really fit with like the goofiness of power metal that tends to be there?
Yeah, but the thing
But how
is, the
goofy is
US, the
Stradivarius?
US are not goofy.
True.
Like
Exactly.
you look at Dire Peril, you look at I don't know Seven King. They're not goofy. They might be fantasy themed, but they I think they would appeal to a lot of like Maiden, Sabbath, like people who
That's what
knew
I mean. Like,
heavy
how come
metal.
it doesn't translate to these people? And even and he never did. Even Halloween, he never
Yeah.
did.
Yeah. Yeah.
How
Yeah.
is
Yeah.
it
Yeah.
that how what is it? Is it the Aeolian mode? Because sometimes I think that's what it is. Like they just not used to the Aeolian mode because you listen to a lot of music on the radio and it's not done like that. Like the what Americans understand for like rock or metal is more blues sounding.
Yeah.
It's more like blue note, blue scale, pentatonic,
Yeah.
whereas power metal is like
It's like
it's
major.
Aeolian mode
Yeah.
and it's like harmonic minor. It's
Yeah.
it's trying to be neoclassical. Maybe that sound doesn't translate because Sabaton doesn't have a whole lot of
I was wondering, maybe Sabaton
Sabaton
is
is very
bigger
simple.
because of Joachim's like baritone vocals as compared to your typical like soaring whatever. Maybe Americans find that more
Because that's easier
accessible.
to sing.
Or I think people just like to so we talked about this with our other musician friends. People will remember bands that have a theme, a shtick, right?
Yeah,
Like they'll remember Sabaton because Joachim is so like recognizable. He's like the guy with the
Yeah.
shades and the weird six pack vest.
yeah, it's the copycats
He's
that
And
become
unique
the
the
enough.
problem.
and then they sing about like historical events and stuff, right?
Yeah, I
And
think
then we got
their gimmick like
yeah,
resonates
we
better.
got bands that are themed based off of like I don't know, fucking dinosaurs or ninjas and shit, and
Dude,
like
Grail Knights.
Girl,
Grail
that's
oh
Knights.
hilarious.
god,
That's
I
the. By the way, that you know what? Since I brought up their name, that's the band I told you guys I saw them open. I had to stop because of their back.
oh
They,
okay, well
it's when you push it too far. It's like yeah, it's cool. I've been having this fantasy of like coming up with an ironic power metal concept band
ironic power
about
metal.
no
Ironic.
about no, but like with the big orchestrations and everything, but about I might have said this on the last episode because
Actually,
that's
no,
not a new idea.
we were
Power
chatting.
Rangers.
Yeah, we
Power
were
Rangers. Each guy is a color. Like the singer is red on blue and bass player is black.
oh
Oh
Exactly.
And
yeah.
no.
the drummer yellow, yeah. And like we start the set in regular clothes and then 4 or 5 songs
And
into
then
it
you
we
just like
transform.
Yeah.
pull your clothes off.
Dude, and the fucked up thing is, if I actually did that, actually, it's just a lot of work. But if I actually did that, it would totally fly too. It
Oh
would
yeah,
work. You would see
totally.
kids dressed with like fucking our clothes at the shows.
Oh my
There,
god.
there's a band that's completely themed about Transformers. So they are all dressed in complete Transformers costumes. Each one is like their own car, and they
Like
just
made out of
play like
cardboard.
80s pop rock. Yeah, exactly. It's
What's
cardboard
their name?
Transformers. I'm not sure. I think it's Sons of Cybertron or something like this, like
Sounds of
that.
That's a
But
good
Cybertron.
Yeah.
name.
How do you not get sued doing that? Like by whoever owns the brand.
Oh
I
I
my
I don't
always
know
god.
wonder about that with Trick or Treat Zodiac Nights.
yeah. So that I think that one works. So the Tricom, technically the
Fucking
only
badass.
thing that they could get sued about is that in one of the songs they use an actual piece of music from the show.
Oh
But the
yeah.
idea, yeah, I don't know if they cleared that or anything. They didn't. I don't know if they used the recording, but there's one of the songs that the intro is one piece of music from the show. That's the
Yeah.
only thing that could be tricky, but the rest should be
But the
fair use of the
tributes
concept.
and parodies are like are protected, right? Under
Yeah.
fair use.
Oh okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
covers and
Yeah,
parodies
I
are
Yeah.
didn't
fair
know.
use.
And the Transformers band that I mentioned is the Cybertronic Spree, and they use like the costumes are actual Transformers. So I don't know if they have it cleared or anything, but they've been doing stuff for a while.
I want to
Hey.
see this actually because that sounds interesting.
Yeah, we started talking about how can we get like why do people who liked old metal do not like, Halloween and current power metal, and now we're talking about like Transformers themed bands.
Maybe
And
that's why.
I think that
Yeah.
they are different audience. They're like two
Yeah.
populations of
Yeah.
people.
Yeah. You know, it's very interesting. I had all three of you guys familiar with an album by Angra called Holy Land?
Hmm.
Hell yeah.
Okay, now this album it holds a very special place in my heart for several reasons. Mainly, I was starting to play guitar. I was learning from their guitar player, and that's the album that came out at the time. So here's the guy you're looking up to, your hero. That's the album of my teacher in my teacher's band. But anyway, I've been going back to this record a lot lately because basically the new Northdale album to kind of do with our first album what that album did with Angra's first album. I'm not saying I want to
Okay.
sound. I don't want to copy the
Mhm.
sound,
Yeah.
but if you listen to Angels Cry, except
Yeah.
for Never Understand, there's no like Brazilian stuff. Never Understand
Mhm.
is when they started experimenting. So they
Mhm.
expanded that to do with Northdale and this new album. I want to expand into something, but still sounding like our first album. Anyway, so I've been listening to it a lot, a lot. The same year that album came out, Sepultura came out with The Roots.
Mm.
Now, the concept of that record is essentially the same. It's mixing Brazilian music with metal. This
Okay.
happened. This happened in 1995. There was no internet. I'm not sure the bands knew they were working on the same thing, but they came out like a month apart. Okay. Anyway, the Anger album, dude, it's part of my DNA. Like if I start coming up with a riff or something, it will always sound like something from that album at first, and then I
Yeah.
have to work on it. And the other day I was having a with a because I'm kind of a music theorist and I like spending time talking to other music theorists and coming up with theories
Yeah.
about music. Like why can't we have a C triple sharp? You know. But and I was talking to this friend of mine him about this album, and he's like, oh well, I've heard of it, but I'm not familiar with it. And I told him the Sepultura thing that I told you guys, like, oh, I know that album, that one I do. That
Mhm.
one I know really well. Yeah, because everything came from that album, like the Sepultura version of Holy Land, so to speak. Slipknot, Korn, all of those bands were copying that sound. So that got huge in America, like even by influence. Anyway, I sent Holy Land to my friend. And again, he's like a super nerdy musician. He's like, I get the musicianship, yeah, but he doesn't touch me at all. He's like, that's like too Disney for me.
To
It's too
I'm like,
Disney?
Disney.
dude, I'm like, how can we feel so different about the same piece of music? This guy's telling you Disney, it doesn't touch me at all. And to me, I can't even breathe when I hear any songs from him. I'm like, dude, it's but that might be why, like Roots, ask any American kids, Roots, why Roots? They all know
Oh,
that,
yeah.
But that came a month after Holy Land,
Dude,
and it
that
was the same concept.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
It's
That's
it's very
wild.
interesting. It's very interesting, but the Roots translated, but the Angra didn't, you know. And to me, because I grew up with Holy Land in Brazil,
Yeah.
I didn't really care for the Sepultura album, but I was freaking out about the Angra album. It's funny. Maybe power metal would just never catch on.
So you got the people that love metal for the aggression, metal for the technicality and the
Yeah,
instruments and the stories. And
yeah,
And
I don't
power
know
metal
if we
has all
can
of
we
that.
can yeah, but
yeah.
power metal doesn't have okay, like outright aggression, I
Hmm.
guess.
And in my
Like
opinion,
I
when
don't
it
know.
does, it doesn't sound good.
It's kind of
'Cause
subtle.
yeah, there's bands that do it. There's bands that do it. Like friends of mine, they're doing it right now. Same thing with power metal, and it doesn't work for me. It doesn't. I'm like, if you're gonna play that aggressively, the vocals should be different. You know.
Yeah. And I guess the more aggression that you hear in power metal is more like the guitar tone. Like sometimes there's a crunchier guitar tone or like
Yeah.
guitars are higher in the mix, bass is higher in the mix. Like it's still I don't know. Like lyrically it's still about like fantasy or feelings,
Indeed.
which
Yeah.
is fine. I have
Dude,
feelings.
there's that too, man. For the new Northdale album, I'm being so inspired by this whole virus. I'm trying so hard not to make it about that because I know everybody.
Oh man, there's like I was like browsing around, I don't know, atmospheric black metal albums because I don't know, that's what I'm into now.
What's
People writing
atmospheric
about
black?
atmospheric black metal.
What is that?
I don't know what it is. It's like kind of ambient. There's a lot of trem picking. The vocals kind of sound like this. And and there's like a lot of synth.
Okay.
It's
It's
What's
yeah.
like
the band?
Kaladin Brood
A
is a
What's
good
the
one.
band.
Halloween of that?
The
The Halloween of
Halloween
it.
of okay, so I don't know. I've been listening to a lot of Summoning. I think they're like big. They're like black metal slash dungeon synth. Yeah, Summoning. Their theme is their shtick is like Lord of the Rings, like Tolkien mythology. They're from Austria. It's
Mm.
like two guys. They don't play live.
And this is current?
No, this is
Oh,
not current. This is
Yeah,
old.
I've been listening to a lot
okay.
of. I don't know how to pronounce the band's name.
Yeah.
It's like Saor or Sour. It's spelled Saor. They had an album like a year or two ago that's really, really good.
Oh,
Forgotten
shoot.
Path or something like
I'm
that.
trying to find like the song that was about like isolation. It was from like somebody's one person project in their basement. It was
Oh,
like
was it
a
the dude
Bandcamp.
from Theocracy, right, Matt?
No, yeah. Oh, I think Matt did release something
Yeah,
recently too,
Matt
right?
it was
released
pretty
like a
cool.
song about being stuck in quarantine, which is pretty
Yeah, it
awesome.
was pretty cool too.
Oh shoot. There was this like really depressing song about like how human like we all crave human contact, but humans are also the plague. And now I can't find it.
That sounds pretty
Dude,
metal.
I didn't know
Yeah,
this.
it was pretty depressing.
I don't know. I really don't care. I really like. It sucks. It sucks not to go on tour, but dude, if I'm not on tour, I'm home.
Yeah. No,
You
I feel similarly. It's like so I live in California, but like I am also a cave dweller and I like normally don't go outside anyway. But now that we are banned from the outside, I think the most I mean I'm happy to stay quarantined, just keep everyone safe, but like upset me the most was like I can't go to the gym. And it's been really hard.
Yeah, hence the pull-up bar in the corner down there. If I can get that on
Yeah.
the stream.
Bill Hudson totally just left.
Oh
Did his
shit!
computer
Did
die?
his computer die?
Did and Fernando died also.
Yeah, I know he died. His internet, I think, is dead. Bill,
Yeah.
can you message him?
R.I.P.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna.
Wait,
Nope.
wait.
Okay, well,
Oh,
Whoa!
he's back.
Welcome back.
but
Ignore the technical difficulties. It's fine.
yeah, the audio is gonna be out of sync. Well, maybe not. No.
We're
If I came
fine.
back in time, yeah.
Yeah, you're
I think
fine.
we're fine.
I think if you, as long as you left your audio recording, it's all good. Yeah.
I did.
Okay. Yeah, we're good. Nothing to see here.
Yeah, nothing to see here.
Yeah.
So what else is going on? What are you guys up to? Other than being quarantined.
Other than being quarantined, let's see. I'm still working. Kyle's still working too.
I've been working more. Like I don't.
Yeah.
Do you work from home?
Yeah, I do a lot of travel for work, like remote cybersecurity stuff. So now that I can't travel to clients, we just do everything remotely. And all of our clients are transitioning to remote work, so they like need a lot of help with stuff. And so I'm constantly busy with work. I just sit at home.
Would you say that your job can be just done from home now that you're doing it?
Oh yeah, totally. 'Cause, I mean, half the time I'm doing it from an airport, so doing it from home is no problem.
Airport. Or like a
Alright,
sketchy
see.
hotel room.
See, to me, that's another thing that the virus is.
Oh yeah.
It's just like I was talking about musicians starting to realize that the streaming thing or whatever, it's not gonna be so much about live playing. I think there will be a lot of industries that will realize that they're wasting a bunch of money on
Oh my
people
gosh,
traveling
yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
or office space.
imagine
You know?
imagine everybody in like finance or software engineering didn't have to come into like they're still working now too because they all work from home. Like my husband's a software engineer, he's still working. He's probably working right now. Um
But from home,
yeah,
right?
but from home, like from our living room slash office. And like imagine all the cars that would be saved from having to go everywhere and like pollute the air and shit.
That mindset, that thinking is what I told you guys that's inspiring me to write the new album. That being like, wow, the world is much better, and it hasn't been that long.
Yeah,
You know?
I mean it sucks that it took like a fucking like deadly virus to get everybody to think like this,
Yeah.
but it is what it is.
Yeah, absolutely. But you know what, man? I'm sure that it's not the first time this is happening. And like, well, of
Yeah.
course, there were other plagues, but I'm pretty sure that when the other plagues happened, this also happened where people changed their thinking. You know,
Yeah. That's
like
really interesting.
yeah, I think it's a
Like the
cycle.
1918 influenza epidemic. I mean, they didn't have like internet and like Twitch then, but
That was the main thing.
and they
People
but
were
Yeah. Plagues in the like land of the internet is an interesting thing. I saw someone
yeah.
saying if there was like a zombie outbreak these days, you would have people like live streaming they're turning into zombies, and then you'd have people talking shit in the chat. You're like, oh no, I've seen better.
Oh yeah, oh yeah, no question about it. People would try to like catch a zombie and like keep it in a little cage and post pictures. Yeah, man, it is. I hate to say, but it was time for something like this to happen. It sucks. A lot of people are gonna die, but
Yeah, a lot of
Yeah.
people are gonna die, but I hope that like I don't know. I hope that people learn from this.
yes,
And are better prepared because this is probably not the first time humanity is gonna face a global epidemic.
it's not.
No.
It's not. And look at what's happening in Brazil right now. Have you guys read anything about
I haven't heard how
Brazil?
Brazil's been. No.
So
Oh,
what's
dude,
what's
yeah.
the sitch in Brazil?
Okay,
We heard a
so
few things, but
that
yeah,
guy is like public enemy number one right now because the president
yeah.
is still denying to
Oh
this
my
to this
God.
day. And about 2 weeks ago, he said well, I can't quote exactly, but basically he said, I don't understand why schools are not open, why businesses are not open when this only affects the older population,
Dude,
above
he is so
65.
That's not how this works.
misinformed.
And then he's
That's
and
not how
then
it
he's
works.
like and then he's like, but in my case, as everybody knows, I'm an athlete. Even if I caught it and I'm over 65, it would be just a little cold and I would just shrug it off.
Oh my God,
Like
he's so misinformed.
he said that on a address to the nation, right? Now the Ministry of Health is telling people not to listen to him, and he's like all the governors in every state, like my state, São Paulo. The governor is just like, not listen to your president, listen to me and everybody else. But like, and the thing is, when Trump was saying shit like that, he was just echoing Trump, and then Trump took it back, but he's still
Yeah.
saying it. And people in Brazil are making jokes. They're being like, so what? They hasn't translated to you yet. That Trump's changed his mind, so you can change it now, because he's literally saying that. He said yesterday. He said yesterday that if the governors don't go back to business, he's gonna do it by executive order. So
That's not
people,
how it works. Oh my
yeah,
God, that's
because the
terrifying
economy.
for all the
Well, I
people.
mean, to his point, a country
Yeah.
like Brazil can't go 2 weeks without working.
No,
Like a
absolutely.
lot of people are gonna starve to death.
Yeah, I mean in the
That is a good
US as
point.
well. Yeah.
Yeah, but Brazil is a lot worse.
Yeah,
To
absolutely.
his point, I see what he's saying, but would you rather just like infect everybody? This guy went he went online and like started rallying people to like do this big like protest for him. He went out and started hugging people.
Oh
This is
no,
just last
no.
week.
Oh no.
The fuck?
Oh shit, dude.
Jesus.
Ooh.
All right. So I think it'd
Guess
be
Brazil.
cool to take a few of the questions we've had from chat here over the course of the stream.
I got booted
Yeah.
again.
Yo, I guess the situation in Brazil was so intense that it's killed Bill's internet.
Yeah.
Is he there?
Yeah, they're listening
He's
to
back.
me.
He's back.
They're
Okay.
Yeah.
listening to me talk and cutting it off.
Yeah,
Alright.
they're listening. They're hearing you.
All right.
They're
Yeah.
silencing you.
But yeah, and I was a big supporter of that guy before. I was like, dude,
Yeah.
you lost
Well.
me there.
Mhm. Okay. Well, it's like it's great to hear from people like you who've like thought about their actions and kind of like made a decision.
And seeing how it's
Yeah.
affecting other
Yeah.
parts of the
Yeah.
world.
Oh, yeah. Thank you for being honest with that. I'm sure it's like not easy to like say
Oh.
I used to support that guy.
Oh yeah, I've been getting into fights with just about everyone I know. Like arguments with
Right?
just about everyone I know, and in
Yeah.
America too, because my political opinions have changed.
Yeah.
Like I used to think one thing, and now I don't quite think that,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
I'm getting into some arguments with friends all the time, and I'm like, oh, okay,
Yeah. I
you're
think
making me see the other side a
we
little
need to
more.
give people space to change and
Yeah,
like it's okay. That's good. Cool.
and
All
even
right.
if it takes a virus.
Even if it takes a stupid virus that kills thousands of people. But we're gonna get through this. I have hope. And the world might be weird and we're all gonna like be on live stream shows
Yeah.
and like wear masks when we're at the grocery store just so we don't sneeze all over the fucking world.
So we just live like people live each
Yeah.
So,
All right.
Bill, one of the questions we have from the chat is from Raphael GCS asking, what is your favorite song from Holy Land?
My favorite song from Holy. So tough. Holy fuck.
I know
If I had to
it's
pick
it's
That's a
the
hard
one.
album for
question.
you growing up, so picking your favorite will be
Yeah,
tough.
yeah. Well, it wasn't the album. Like that were that. Well, maybe it was. Maybe it was. Yeah. Because at one point I liked Angra more than I liked Maiden back then. One song I would say is Nothing to Say. That would be, it is the most famous one or whatever. But
Yeah.
Hmm.
but the moment, like I still remember the moment I heard the riff. Like as a kid, my mom in the bed here, my dad here, and I had my little headphones. I was 12, and I put on the album, and the first. I wasn't too much into that because it was too Brazilian for my metalhead
Oh yeah, you were
12-year-old
trying to be
brain.
all cool and
Yeah,
rebellious. Uh-huh.
but the
Okay.
second and the riff started, holy shit! I'm like, oh my god, how does he
Oh
even
my god.
do that? You know? And to this day, because Marcelo doesn't do it right, nobody does it. Only Kiko does it, and even he doesn't do it the way it's recorded. I don't know what happened on that recording. That riff, that beginning of Nothing to Say. I'm like, oh fuck,
Oh,
how's that even possible?
beautiful
So
moment.
yeah,
Yeah.
that would
Caught on
be my
recording.
favorite song. That or Carolina 4, but that's for a different reason. That's because of all the epicness and all the moods that. Because Carolina 4 is the quintessential example of why Andre Matos was the genius that he was.
Hmm.
That is the kind of song that he would craft and put together. Or Holy Land. That's another example. And just bring it ready to the band and be like, okay, guys, here, like that shit like that hasn't been done before or since or since.
Yeah. I don't think I've
Any
heard
any
anything like this
anybody
since.
listening right now that likes Angra and Holy Land era, find on YouTube. There's a show. I was at this show. It's like 1996 from Sao Paulo or whatever, and watch that. And think that they were doing that in 1995. Like the Carolina 4, that beginning, the percussion, they're doing it on stage. It's not backing tracks.
Oh wow.
It's all of them doing percussions. Andra singing, playing percussion. It's fucking
Is there a
retarded.
recording of this
They
Is
were
online?
it
That
so
sounds
good.
really cool.
Yes,
is
it's
it
on YouTube.
the
There's
Alright.
is
multi
it the
cam
Holy
too.
Live? Is it the Holy Live
Holy
recording?
Live is from Paris. No, Holy Live is still pretty badass, but this is from Brazil. This is from
Okay. Okay.
like this is from like their hometown when they were at the peak. You know,
Oh, that's so
just put
badass.
like Holy Land Live São Paulo. It's multicam. It's amazing. It's not the whole show, but they have Carolina Ford. They have like a few songs. But I was
Oh,
at
here
that
we go.
exact show. Found it?
1996.
Yeah, dude. This is why I don't really listen to much Angra past that. Because that, I mean, it's uncomparable. It's uncomparable. What Andre Matos was one of the biggest genius musics I ever had, and definitely one of the biggest treasures of Brazil.
Mm-hmm.
He was never a celebrity there. Like Sepultura is a much bigger band in Brazil,
Yeah.
so he was never like super famous or anything. But right now, I think it's like July 7th, either July 7th or 3rd or something like that, is the heavy metal days. The day he died, the day he passed away, is the official is a holiday in São Paulo.
Oh wow.
So like he
Wow.
finally got recognized. But he had been out of the band long, Then there was Shaman, which was
Yeah,
really
absolutely.
the continuation.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and 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 for a while, people just kind of forgot about him, even in Brazil. Here, of course, he never got to.
Oh,
Yeah,
we never forgot about him.
even just a few days before he passed away, like he was doing a
Yeah.
show with Avantasia, singing "Reach Out for the Light" with Toby. So
Yeah,
and
that's
like
a
that
throwback.
performance is on YouTube and it's
Hmm.
amazing, and like
Yeah,
the crowd goes fucking nuts.
yeah. Well, that was the thing about Andre, man. He was a fantastic singer and performer, but that was just like a quarter of what he did. Just
Mm-hmm.
like all the songs, all the good songs, all the arrangements, everything that was from his head.
Yeah, that was absolutely a
Like he,
genius.
yeah, man. It was. I really have done a tribute to him in Japan with Northdale, but we didn't have time. I wanted to play Carry On,
Mm.
but we we
Oh,
we
that would be
didn't
so
have.
cool.
Yeah. Oh, that's like I'm gonna do a late tribute of
Or
those songs.
could you do a cover of "Carry On" the second Northtale album?
That would,
Oh, I'd
yeah,
Dude,
love that.
ideas.
That
that
would be
would be
so
pretty.
badass.
That one's free.
That'd be
That would be
badass.
actually pretty good. That would be
Yeah.
a pretty good
Okay.
idea. Yeah.
All right. Coming up with genius ideas right
Yeah.
here, right now. Yeah. So we have another question from the chat. Um, what can you tell us about the next Northfield album?
So the next Northdale album will expand on the music that we have on the first one. Now, I I wish I could put it into words because I have the entire thing like in my head, like
It's all
how
cooking right
it's
there.
yeah, but I don't have the songs complete. Like sometimes I sit and I'm like, okay, now I'm gonna write and nothing comes, but like I know how much I want to expand because like okay, we had like Shape Your Reality that couldn't be any more simple, straight up house.
Yeah.
And then we started experimenting a little bit with like Bring Down the Mountain or like Playing with Fire, but overall the album was very like square. It's very this is powerful. So I wanna on the next album I wanna go beyond that, but there are certain things, certain elements that I don't want to lose. For example, the fast choruses. That's a mistake that, in my opinion, power metal bands make on the second and third album.
Hmm.
You know, by the second album, there's maybe one or two fast songs. By the third album, they got rid of it altogether, and it's all chunky.
Why do you feel that?
I know,
That
I know,
happens
I know.
so often.
I
Drives me
swear this is not going to
crazy.
happen with North.
Okay.
Keep it
It's not going to
fast.
happen with Northdale, and because
Agree
as a
with that.
fan, I hate when that happens.
Yeah.
Like there are certain and it's a pattern, but as a musician I can kind of see why, because when I'm writing these songs, sometimes when I write a fast chorus, I'm like, I already did that. Like, yeah, but that's what people want to hear, and that's what you want to hear, that's what I want to hear,
Right.
so I'm gonna fucking do it. So but instead of like every song being half minutes, we're gonna have like longer instrumental parts, a lot more orchestrations. Now when it comes to orchestrations, I think Twilight Force is basically on their own. Like nobody comes close, and I'm not gonna try to go into their turf either.
Yeah, they can
But
have that.
Yeah, I mean, it's their thing. Daniel is amazing at this. Like, it would be like, hey, Daniel, come shred guitar. That's their thing.
Yeah.
But we are gonna have more orchestrations a lot.
Okay.
Like every basically things on every song that maybe will even require backing tracks.
Yeah, I was gonna say
You're
it's a
gonna
lot
use
harder to
backing
do
tracks.
all of it live when you do the orchestrations on all those extra layers.
Exactly. Yeah. So maybe there's definitely two songs that I already know that we will need backing tracks. So that's fine. But how much is the question? One thing that we'll never do is like a huge choir, and then you look on the stage and there's two guys singing. That will
Mm,
never happen. If you're hearing
yeah.
the voices you hear, will always be the voices of the people.
Okay.
But
Hmm.
Yeah.
but I don't know. But I really want to expand on that style, but not become super orchestral. I want to get heavier too. Like a lot of it is 7 string. Just about everything I'm writing is 7 string.
Oh, cool.
Okay.
Um, but again, that's kind of a that's you got to be careful that too, not to be too either.
Hmm.
So there will be a lot of guitar solos and keyboard duos. There will be a lot of that too.
Yeah, like
I don't
dueling
know.
keyboard solo, guitar solo is always a cool one for me in power metal. Did we lose him again? Ah, crap.
Possibly.
Hmm.
Oh, and he's
Aha.
back.
There you are.
Oh man, we're keeping everyone
Yeah, I'm
guessing
back.
today.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
yeah, I think I talked a lot, but yeah,
No
that's
worries.
it will be definitely about our album that most people picked up that were kind of won't be that because I'm with most of it. I've seen some of the reviews.
Yeah, I'm curious
Nice. That
how
sounds
much of when you, especially on a second album here, where you've put your first one out, you say, okay, this is us. You look at the feedback to that and you say, okay, this is what we're going for, and this is what people got out of it. This is how we want to expand, or do we say, okay, screw all them, we're going to do what we want to do?
It's a mixture of both,
Hmm.
because one thing, for example, I was just talking about the fast chorus. I know that a lot of people say that we do too much of that, but there's only 4 songs. Um, uh, so like that is something I want to hear. I want to hear every chorus sound like Eagle Fly Free, everyone. So that's gonna if it's not Eagle Fly Free, it's Carry On or like Guardians. Every chorus has to sound like that. I don't care if the reviews will say that it's all the same. I don't care. It's not. So we
the
might,
reviews are being like, why do I remember every chorus?
yeah. That's the thing too, because to me, dude, it's all about all of the rest of the song is kind of bullshit. It's all about the chorus, especially in this genre. People want to sing,
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
or
for sure.
not to.
this is
They
true.
want to sing, yeah.
People do
So
want to sing.
yeah, and there will be a lot of that. That will definitely be. I haven't started on it. Well, I have. There will definitely be a long epic song this time.
Oh,
Nice.
wow. You're getting into that.
Yeah, but it will be a long epic song with like 3 or 4 different parts. It won't be super complex. Like, because to me, I like songs like Keeper of the Seven Keys or Halloween
Hmm.
Yeah.
more than I like this stuff that gets to it.
Yeah, like the long songs don't really end up as the singles, and if they do, they get horribly cut down in most cases. So you don't always hear about those being the most popular ones. But for like the fans who are really into it, those are like the holy shit, this is amazing. This band is just fucking wild genius.
Dude, to me, what song does that? That's long song.
Hmm.
One is A Change of Seasons by Dream Theater. But
Oh, okay. Good
more than
one.
that, that one song that I'm always like, how the fuck do you do that? Is Symphony X Divine Wings of Tragedy.
Oh
God.
man.
We've
Dude,
been
it's
talking a
like
lot about Symphony X
how
recently.
that's another band that even though they're still fantastic, I like the old stuff more.
Yeah.
And but like that song, I'm always like, how did you come up with this? Like, I don't know. As a songwriter, a lot of time I listen to things, I'm like, oh, I see what you're doing. Or like a lot of it's in a bad way, like, oh, okay, you couldn't come up with anything more than da 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 da. There's a lot of that. But with that song, I'm like, okay, I know how he started it because he's already said that he's a fan of John Williams and he's a fan of Ghost that Holds. So they're splendid, da 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 da. All right, I know he took that from Star Wars. Cool. All right, but then how does that turn into this crazy progressive thing with this solo? Like, how does your head, like, it's not how do you perform, it's more like how does your head come from this to that? That song is ridiculous. I know every single part of it, of every instrument. The beginning, the choirs at the beginning. Like they did that before anyone. A song that started with like vocal count. And I even remember the first time I heard it, the beginning, the Star Wars part. When I heard it, da, 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 dude, like my arms are like, oh my god, what is this Star Wars metal?
That's
Like
a good
that's
idea.
how it
We need
sounds
more
to me.
metal
It's
people to
really-
rip off John Williams. That's what I'm hearing.
Yeah, dude, and he does, but I try to, but some people have more talent than others.
Well,
But
he's only got like a dozen Oscars
speak,
or something, so that's fine.
well, yeah, yeah. Speaking of John Williams and stuff, well, I'm gonna say this here, but it's gonna be a while before anything happens. But I am working with some people on the project that's kind of like the evil side of North.
Ooh, Southtail.
If that makes sense. South. Holy shit! Everybody says that. Dude, that's what I'm gonna have to call the
Whoa,
band.
wow, Kyle, you're not
Damn it, I'm
original.
not as clever
I
as I
told I
thought.
told a few people that. I told a few people that, and they all say, "Why is it South?" Including people in the band. You know. So, but anyway, yeah, it's gonna be very power metal, same sort of thing, but with like growling vocals. And I have someone from a very well in the band, and huge orchestrations. Everything I said about not going into Twilight Force
Just
Mhm.
kidding.
on this band is the opposite. This band
Yeah.
are totally going there. This band starts with the orchestrations.
Interesting.
Like the songs start with the orchestrations. So right now I have two to work on. He basically composes like this film score and sends it to me, and I'm putting it on.
It kind of sounds like
It,
Winter Sun, the way that they do like melodic death metal with big orchestrations.
Winter Sun would be something like that. It's
Interesting.
gonna be something like Winter Sun or like yeah, but with a little more power metal, kind of like Children of Bodom was doing at the beginning.
I love early
Like
Children of Bodom.
because the first time I Bodom, I was like a teenager, and I loved it until I heard the vocals. I still remember, like and I said, oh, that's he started growling, and I was at a time that I really hated like aggressive metal. I only liked power metal.
Hmm.
Yeah.
So I'm
Takes a
like,
while to
what
get used
is
to it.
this? Like Stradivarius with a guy growling over it? Like that's very weird. But that's really what it is.
Pretty
If
much,
you,
yeah.
take
Yeah,
out those
I can
vocals,
see
come up with
that.
some vocal melodies. It's Stradivarius at that time. So we're gonna do a lot of that. In this new project. And it's honestly because I have so much time in my hands. And that's gonna be very epic. There will be vocals, growling vocals. The keyboard player that's also the orchestrator is also like a keyboard shredder, a well-known name in the prog power world. And so we're gonna have a lot of that too, keyboard and guitar shred.
Awesome.
It's just like Northdale at the beginning. We don't have a name yet, so I can't say
Could do
anything
another
about
fan
it.
contest to get a name.
We're actually looking at the sent by the fans for Northdale because I'm like, oh, if it's
Ooh.
gonna be the Bizarro Northdale, let's take it all the way.
Yeah.
We've actually been looking at the list. I'm like, well, there's some good names here.
Any potential
Yeah.
for Christian or someone to do the like harsh vocals on a Northtale album, or is that just not the idea?
Christian harsh vocals.
That would be adorable.
Is he cool with that?
Oh, damn it, did we lose Bill
Hey,
again?
sorry, I don't know why he keeps getting.
Are you back?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, he's back.
All right, keep cutting out, but I think we're
Keep
good.
getting booted. Sorry.
I think Kyle asked whether you would ever make Christian do harsh vocals.
No.
No,
That would be
don't
such a
ruin those
waste.
beautiful vocal cords.
Yeah, that would be such a
It's a
waste.
different technique.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Sometimes I think maybe have a guest growler on the song,
Yeah.
but then I would rather get someone that does.
Yeah. Christian's too pretty for that.
Yeah, exactly. It's too pretty, too good.
Too pretty, too good. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Um, do we have any more questions from peeps?
One was, I don't know if this would be possible, but are you able, with your current like setup, are you able to play something live over stream, or like do any soloing, or looking to get a setup like that?
I could if I wasn't recording myself,
Mm.
but I
Okay.
can't.
It's cool.
But I'll do a live stream soon. Like I tried and the sound was bad. So
Oh,
like
okay.
now I'm afraid to like mess up this setup. I really could because I'm recording right now. But
Okay.
I
Do you have
I'm sorry.
do you have a place where people can find you on the internet in case you
Yeah.
do get your live stream going?
Yes, which is gonna happen the next couple of days. So it's Bill Hudson GTR at Instagram. So
Okay.
Bill Hudson GTR Instagram or Bill Hudson or on Facebook.
Okay. All right.
Later.
Is the GTR referring to like the car?
GTR? Is that a
The
car?
Nissan GTR is a fancy
Yeah,
car.
it's like a Nissan
I thought it
car.
was a GTO. Oh.
Oh.
GTR. No, I don't know anything
I was
about
like,
cars.
oh,
No,
this guy like.
no, it's GTR as in guitar. You know, that's
Oh,
it-
okay.
it's so
Yeah.
funny you say that because like to me when I look at it it's very obvious. But
It's a guitar.
a lot of musician friends too. Because that's my email too. So a lot
Yeah.
of musician friends when I give them my email they're like,
Like, are you also a race car driver?
Well, apparently
Oh,
he
that's
race
pretty
card
good.
out of the Skype call.
Yeah, you race
Yep.
car the Skype call.
There he is.
But
wow,
Yeah.
right.
All right.
Am I
You're back.
yeah,
see
you
me?
you seem
yeah.
Skype call.
Race car. Now a lot of my friends are like Bill Hudson, you know, because song GTR, so they see the song.
Mm.
I'm like, I would never think of that. Then what is the TR at the end? Tremolo? It doesn't make sense. Yeah.
All
No, yeah,
right.
Bill Hudson GTR on Instagram or Bill Hudson on Facebook or Northdale Official. Northdale Official too.
Northtale official.
Northdale official. Already following all of that.
If you're not following it, you
Dude.
should.
Yeah.
If you're not following and you're listening to this, what are you doing?
How did you even find
Like,
this?
yeah, like, why are you not? I need money. Go buy the album.
Yeah.
If you
Yeah,
do you have a
we-
Twitch channel yet, or is that under in the works?
Dude, no, we have Northdale _ US, but I've never used it.
Hmm.
So everybody watching this, follow Northdale. Be the first one to follow it.
Yeah.
Stream
North
coming
Sa-
soon as Bill figures out how Twitch works.
Do not sound like shit. Yeah.
Yeah.
Twitch is hard.
Oh, you know what?
Dude, it is
been
hard.
I've been told that Twitch is the best one to use to live stream with a good sound.
Yeah.
So I mean,
There's
that's
a
why
ton of there's a lot of like musicians on Twitch. They just take requests. It's
know.
like a
Yeah,
bar show.
there's this
You just,
one
like,
girl
play
who
this.
just like
They're
takes
like,
live
okay.
piano requests and like learns songs on the air. It's crazy.
Badass.
Well, Herman does that.
And Herman does it.
Yeah.
Miles from Trivium. I need to figure this out.
Cool.
Sometimes-
Well, we're looking forward to when you figure it out.
Yeah, I think this is
Yeah,
like the
6
time
years.
where everyone goes, I should figure that out too. Okay, now I am figuring that out. I mean, that's what we're doing. It's like, oh,
Yeah.
Exactly. That's a good way to do it, to say. Because I did copy my entire computer setup into this laptop now, so I can do that. But I've been saying for 3 years I wanted to do that. So
Nice. Good. It's a good time now. It's an opportunity now. We have one last question from the chat. Where can we get the album, and is there a Northtale T-shirt?
man, okay. So if you are in the U.S., You can. Well, I mean, I guess you can order from anywhere, but we have the logo T-shirts at the store. It's northtale.bigcartel.com, but we only have the logo T, so we don't have the nice ones. Because
Kind of like the
we
logo T-shirt.
yeah,
It's
we
nice and
sold
simple.
out. Yeah, but we don't have the girlies.
Oh,
Mm.
yeah, those are sold out. It's
Yeah,
okay.
you guys,
I'll wear the dude shirt.
you can get so yeah, you can get T-shirts and guitar picks there. You can get those still. But
Yeah.
once the world is out of after the apocalypse, we'll have we'll
Apocalypse.
have new merchandise and everything. I'm also putting out. Well, I guess they didn't ask about that, but I'm also putting out a guitar tab book. I'm almost
Oh,
done.
Ooh,
nice.
okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think
So
people would like that.
yeah, it's not the hardest songs in the world to play, but it's so and yeah. And you can the album. I think they have it on Amazon everywhere. I don't know. I haven't gone and bought an album in a while, which makes me
Yeah, I bought a vinyl back in like Prog Power last year. But
our vinyl.
yeah, Northtale
Oh,
vinyl. It's
oh,
downstairs.
thank you. That's cool. I don't have a
Yeah.
vinyl.
You're like, we have a vinyl?
No,
Surprise, we do.
we got some, but we were out of merch in Sweden again and sold ours. So
Nice.
I don't own it. Yeah, you know, a poor band starting out. Oh, let's sell 10 more vinyls here.
Print vinyls in 5 colors. Yeah,
Yeah,
okay.
yeah, exactly. Yeah, I don't own. That's cool. Thank you.
All right.
Yeah.
Cool. So I think that's about it from us. So thanks so
Cool.
much for coming on stream with
Yeah,
us.
thanks for
It
reaching
was
out.
Thank you,
super
guys.
fun.
This
Learned a
was fun,
lot.
man.
I love theorizing about power metal and how people like or don't like
It's
it.
power metal
It's
theory
fun.
Yeah.
It's always
crafting.
fun. Power metal theory crafting. Yeah, second Northtale album sounds badass, and you're gonna have plenty of time to work on it.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I look forward to seeing everybody's online shenanigans because that's
Yes.
what the world is gonna be like now.
Yeah. Thank you guys so much for having me. You know, after the Joe Rogan show, you're my favorite podcast.
I'll take it.
So
Oh my god.
We need to get Joe
It
Rogan
is
I'm
on.
so
true.
happy
Like,
we're second to Joe Rogan.
do what? What did you say?
We're se- well, I'm glad that we're second to Joe Rogan. It's a very honored position to have.
Yep.
Well, I mean, I listen to his podcast way too much. He also has like 400 times more episodes. So
Absolutely.
maybe if
And
you
he
guys have
has
like
so
more
many guests.
episodes.
Yeah, that's true. We're working on it. We're working on it.
Yeah, man. So yeah, man. Thank you guys for having me again. Thank you everyone for listening. If you haven't heard Northdale, what are you doing? Go do it. and
You got
and
time.
I'll see you guys hopefully at Prague Pop.
Yeah.
Hopefully, we have no
If
idea what's gonna happen.
assuming Prog Power still exists, we'll see.
Yeah. All right, guys.
All right.
Take care.
Thanks, Bill.
Peace
Stay
out.
powerful, everyone.
Stay powerful.
Stay
Okay, we're gonna
powerful.
stop recording.